Dan is presented by South Country Co-op.
We are traveling to Saskatchewan this week, the province closest to Alberta. It's only about 55 minutes away to the east. As a side note, I've been traveling to Saskatchewan for 55 years now, since 1969. Those signs have certainly changed. There's my sister Wendy sitting on the left-hand side, me on the right-hand side. My mom is in the middle and Dad is taking the picture. And this would have been us entering Saskatchewan from Manitoba, driving to Prince Albert to visit my father's parents and family in Prince Albert. Yeah, Saskatchewan was still flat even back then. Within Saskatchewan, our destination right now is the amazing T-Rex Discovery Center in Eastend. Located about 2 hours southeast of Medicine Hat, it's a smooth and easy drive. The T-Rex Discovery Center is a natural history museum located in Eastend. It opened to the public in 2001 and was intended to house a number of fossils. Management of the T-Rex Discovery Center was assumed by the Royal Saskatchewan Museum in Regina in 2013. The primary reason the center was built was to house the fossil remains of Scotty, one of the most complete T-Rex skeletons of this type in the world at 75% complete. All right, truth be told, I love dinosaurs and anything and everything to do with them. I spent so much time at the Royal Tyrrell Museum and wandering around Drumheller, visiting Dinosaur Provincial Park, rewatching the Jurassic Park films. I love dinosaurs. But it's been a while since I was in Eastend. The last time I visited the center was in January of 2007, 17 years ago. And what you're looking at right now is all that had been dug out of the ground of Scotty at that time, just his head. Here's his head now, connected to the rest of his body. It is so great to see it all together. Originally discovered by Royal Saskatchewan Museum research team in Saskatchewan's Frenchman River Valley on August 16, 1991, the fossilized remains of the specimen were painstakingly removed almost completely by hand over 2 decades from the rock in which they were embedded. Look at this. When this preparation was complete in 2011, a 65% complete Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton was revealed. Scotty the T-Rex, named after the drink they were drinking to congratulate themselves. It's acknowledged to be Canada's largest T-Rex discovery and the most massive T-Rex in the world. And you can go see it 2 hours from your house. It always amazes me. That's Canadian history right there. The T-Rex Discovery Center also showcases many other fossil specimens that can be found in Saskatchewan and the surrounding area, like this one, an underwater creature. I always find myself wandering around and around and around the center when I'm there, looking at everything more than a few times. After I get a few looks at Scotty, I'll usually go back to the display Saskatchewan after the dinosaurs. The exhibit features full-size models of prehistoric animals found soon after the extinction of the dinosaurs. This section of the center looks at the animals and environment that would have been found in southern Saskatchewan around 60 million years ago. You can discover reptiles such as the northern crocodile, a fish-eating reptile, and some of the mammals that add to the long, storied history of the prehistoric past of Saskatchewan. And if you have children who like to touch and grab things, or adults that like to touch and grab things, they will be pleased more than a few times at the center. There are signs everywhere asking us not to touch the artifacts and displays, but you can touch every single thing on this table. It's the touch table. Pick it up, play with it, look at it up close until your heart is content. But you can't touch most of the items on display, hence the fact that they're in cases. The displays at the T-Rex Discovery Center are all spectacular. But it is the written word and explanations of what you're seeing that makes this small museum one of my favorite in the world. Everything is explained as best as they know and understand it. It's clear and concise and a delight to read. Each and everything on display is explained, and you should take the time to read it all. There's so much to see and do inside and outside of the center, but it all comes back to Scotty, who looms large, especially now that he's complete. I remember how overwhelmed I was the first time I was there, and it was just the head. And now, there's this! All the way back to 2007, there are 2 well-preserved prehistoric figures right there. Me and the Scotty head from 2007. And that head is on display still as well in the lobby. You can put money into it now. Yeah, there it is. I highly recommend you visit the T-Rex Discovery Center and see some Canadian prehistoric history, one of my favorite places in the whole world, and it's close by. I also like to drive around the town afterward and see what new dinosaur murals have been painted on the side of buildings. I hadn't seen this one before, a T-Rex running around a wheat field in the hills of Saskatchewan. So cool. This is one of the many reasons why I love traveling.
Traveling with Dan is presented by South Country Co-op.